Welcome to Jill on Money, powered by The Compound. I am Jill Schlesinger. He is Mark Talercio, and we are talking about what the heck is Eff You Money. Hey, Mark.
Isn't this kid-friendly?
This is a PG show.
Jeez.
Okay. What is Eff You Money? Essentially, it's like the get out of jail free card. It is the money that you have compiled, not so much that you're funding a goal, but that you are giving yourself the opportunity to maybe do something different. I kind of put this in the category of it's not fire, it's fine, meaning we're not interested in compiling a ton of money and accumulating all these assets so that we can retire early. We are trying to accumulate enough money so that you can do something else. So fine, financial independence, new or next endeavor. To me, that is what FU money is. It is the money that you can put away so that you never have to be in a horrible meeting again. Sometimes we call it, you're just one bad meeting away from giving your notice.
Sounds like kind of like money for an off-ramp, if you will.
Exactly.
But, so not FU money necessarily to quit. It could be FU money to transition into something new.
Well, the thing about saving and investing that I think is so hard is that people say to themselves, what do I care? This is decades in the future. It won't matter to me. But we have talked to so many people who watch this show and listen to our pod who are telling us they have opportunities to do something different as early as their 40s simply because they have been diligent and put that money away. Markets are going to do what they're going to do. You know how you can really impact your future? It's not picking the best stock, picking the best ETF, although it does help, but we can't count on that. The way that you're going to really make a big impact is saving as early as possible. And Mark, the funny thing is about that saving early, the data are so clear about people who start in their 20s and even in their 30s, how many options they have down the road, right?
Mm-hmm. The sooner you start, the better off you'll be. But how much FU money is enough? I guess it depends on everybody, right?
Yeah. I think that it depends on what you really are seeking. So I guess that if you were to run a retirement calculator and it said you are completely overfunded to hit your retirement goal at 65, start pulling the age back and see where you stand. If you can look at your future and you can say, I can hit my retirement goal at age 60, or I can change some of the variables. So what are the variables you can control? When you leave, how much you spend, how much you save. And if you're doing that just once a year, you don't have to do it every single day, but once a year, if you're running your numbers, it's fascinating. I just did this, actually. So Jackie and I just did this.
Oh, you had your annual review?
We had our annual review, which is usually the time when I talk to Mark and I say to him, I'm done.
You need to start thinking about something else.
You need to be thinking about doing something else, Mr. Executive Producer. But the reason why it's really helpful is not so much for me, but more, I think, for someone who's in a job where you feel like just you're completely tethered to that job. And listen, frankly, my wife has that kind of job and she has toiled for decades and it's been a really interesting evolution for her. But it's funny to see the change that has happened, that once you do hit your number and once you do know that you could leave at any time,
Right.
it makes walking into the door of that organization much easier. You may then choose to stay there. You don't have to stay there.
Big difference.
So where do you think people should keep their FU money? Is this a cash account? Is this invested account?
That's what I was going to say. Let's be clear. FU money, that's not your emergency reserve.
Right.
Two completely separate things.
Right.
Don't think of your emergency reserve as your FU money.
Right. Your emergency reserve fund is that 6 to 12 months of your living expenses socked away in a cash, money market, short-term CD, short-term bond. But the FU money is really all of your invested assets, or maybe if you've got rental property. We've been hearing from a lot of people like that are in this situation. Maybe you're in a situation where you say, hey, you know what? That rental income provides so much income now that I have different choices. Or if I sold that rental property, having this extra $1 million would really make a difference to my FU money.
Can I kick my in-laws out of our apartment and sell that, and that's my FU money?
Well, I think you could if you had someplace for them to go.
They're not coming with
Well,
us.
maybe you could just send your in-laws to your parents, and that would be
Oh,
some
yeah,
fun.
yeah,
That would
right.
be a
Yeah.
lot of fun. But gang, if you are really thinking about what is FU money for you, we encourage you to get in touch with us. And you can subscribe to this channel, but you can also just shoot us a note. You can go onto the website jillonmoney.com and hit the contact us button. If you want to know the FU money in your life and how it can be really powerful, get in touch with us. We would love to hear from you. And as always, we thank you so much for watching today.